Lake Mwamba Tourist Beach is 170 kilometers from Mbarara, which is southwest Uganda. It is an attractive spot, snuggled in Kabarole district, which is gifted with 54 crater lakes. It is on the western edge of Kibale National Park, a few kilometers from Fort Portal, Uganda's tourist city. It all started in Kampala, where I jumped onto a bus and headed off to Mbarara to meet up with the rest of the gang. It was an impressive crew of 8, comprising of 3 generations. We stopped over at Masaka City for a snack break, and all the roadside traders were overzealous to offload their merchandise. The drive from Mbarara through Uganda town was uneventful, which is what we hoped for. We enjoyed the scenic countryside with plenty of farms along the Ugandan cattle corridor. I love nature, however my love for nature was going to be tested over the next few coming days. Leaving the comfort of my king-sized bed to the joys of sleeping under a tree was nerve-wracking. Make yourself comfortable as I get to the bottom of this unforgettable experience. Well, this was going to be home for the next couple of days. I was not sure what I'd got myself into, but I decided to embrace it wholeheartedly. Putting it mildly, I tested the depth of the river with both feet. All hands on deck as we put up the tents. We had durable, comfortable, high-grade tents which could withstand the most fierce weather and storms, which was pretty reassuring. We will have to wait till morning to get a proper glimpse of this beautiful piece of paradise in broad daylight. Surprisingly, it wasn't cold, however the campfire made it more cozy as we all gathered around the fire to share stories. You could not get any closer to nature than having 380 GSM thickness of polyester between you and the outside world. Of course, one of the first rules I grasped was to always keep your tent closed. Keeping all would-be nasties and creepy crawlies was high on the list. I could not wait to explore my surroundings in the morning. Lake Mwamba Tourist Beach is on the western edge of Kibale National Park, a few kilometers from Fort Portal, Uganda's tourist city. Because of the timing of our visit, we ended up having the entire beach to ourselves, which made our experience so much better. I began to make myself feel at home, resorting to my usual practice of forgetting breakfast, which becomes less of a priority. There was too much to take in. Right at my doorstep was Lake Mwamba with its calm waters. I was overwhelmed by the serenity of the lake.
want to be drowned. The water is warm, one can swim.
If you weren't putting gun soap,
No.
Granny.
I could not ignore breakfast for long, and I joined the group. I took no chances with dieting as I did not have a clue what the day had in store for me. Our views to the left as we washed down our breakfast. The joys of neighborhood watch. This lad was on the lookout for any would-be uninvited guests. The plants at this place were interestingly unique. I wasn't sure if this was a sausage tree, but the fruit certainly caught my attention. Lake Mwamba is at an elevation of about 1,300 feet above sea level. Activities around here include canoeing, hiking various trails, fishing, bird watching, visiting Mahoma Falls, which is within cycling distance. To the right is the inlet of Lake Mwamba, which draws its water from Lake Mwamba, another crater lake which is famous for appearing on the Ugandan 20,000 knot. In Toro, there are 4 tribes that originated from around here, which include the Bakonjo, Bamba, Babwisi, and Batoro. Lake Mwamba gets its name from the Bamba tribe that settled here along the slopes of Rwenzori Mountains. Locals fishing by the lakeside. The lake has 7 arms, and this was its largest arm. Lake Mwamba is within the Kasenda crater lake belt, which has 4 crater lakes which are joined by one stream. The first crater lake is called Lake Mwamba, and the other 2 crater lakes are called Lake Ndichi and Lake Kanyango. Lake Mwamba's deepest point is 180 meters. On hearing the above information, I paused and asked what possessed us to get on this canoe without any life jackets. This is Lake Mwamba's outlet, which goes to Lake Ndichi and Lake Kanyango. As we enjoy the slow pace of the countryside, we also appreciated the unpolluted air of rural Kasenda. Vast areas of green with no trace of any trappings of modern life except our clothing, of course. There are extensive fields of banana plantations which look different if one bothers to look closely. To our left is a plantation for bananas used for making local gin, and to the right, bananas grown for food. To the untrained eye, they are all banana trees. With hindsight, one should have carried some drinking water, as the 12 o'clock sun was unforgiving. This is rural Kasenda with hardly any shops to buy any refreshments. The only place where one could buy a drink to power down their throat was a local pub. This was full of natives who were under the influence, not a great idea at noon. At a far off distance, I suspect that this is a caldera which has been utilized for farming. At the top of the hill, we were surprised by the two other crater lakes whose water was green in color due to the algae in the water. We were reliably informed this is due to extensive farming around the shores of the lakes. We spent some time at the hilltop taking in the scenery, and it was amazing to see how beautiful the countryside was. Rural Kasenda is showing us a lot more than we anticipated. And that is Lake Mwamba from an aerial view. This tree's local name is Omtatembwa, which means you can't climb me, and is believed to have medicinal properties. After a short hike, we were treated to this jaw-dropping vent in the ground or volcanic pipe. Mwiyita Mpungu lava pipe is shrouded in mystery with lots of outlandish stories from the locals, from people dying days after looking into the eye of the vent to birds not being able to fly past the pipe.
Run careful. Brian, careful.
I reached the tree last time.
Hey Brian, don't go any further.
That you hear the stone sounding like. Listen, come, listen carefully. He's going through video.
Our biggest worry was not going back with a guide after this unscientific experiment on determining the depth of the lava pipe. Taking a shortcut back to where we had left the canoe, as we had managed to walk a decent 6k, not bad in the scorching heat. To our right, locals were taking a dip in the lake, which was not a bad idea at this time of the day. This place is home to these visually appealing birds, the great blue turquoise birds. The nearby trees and forests have the fruits, flowers and leaves on which they feed. the great blue turako are highly regarded as food in West Africa and is often hunted and eaten by local people in some Western African countries. I came across the forest toad fruit. I don't know the tree or the fruit's local name, but I'll be glad to know what its local name is. Please leave a comment below. The rainy season was finally making an appearance. We had a rude awakening of what Mother Nature could do. After a brief local errand, the road to our place of abode was blocked by a gigantic tree following a downpour. Fortunately, Brian, our guide, and Muzei were at hand to help us out. Our campsite had been turned upside down. Lucky enough, the team that stayed behind were able to protect our belongings and prevent our beddings from getting wet. There is a child in every man. We got our bikes out and the racing began. We cycled till it was time to have a cold bath. The place has decent toilets and showering facilities, which is the least of your worries. The cycling went off for some time, which helped us let off some steam. The sunset did not disappoint. Relaxing next to the fire, we reflected on our experience over the last couple of days. There was hardly any network coverage in the area, which was a blessing in disguise. Electronics were unheard of. Camping and spending time out here, sleeping under a tree, got me to reset my sleeping schedule. I had no need for an alarm clock, and using my mobile phone was a thing of the past. The air quality in this place was amazing. My general mood was in good form following all the activities I was forced to embrace. I unreservedly could see the merits in sleeping in a tent, of course in the right location, and would certainly encourage you to follow suit if your wallet agrees. Lake Mwamba Tourist Beach is a beautiful piece of paradise tucked away in rural Kasenda, a stone throw away from Fort Portal, Uganda, waiting for you to explore. Thank you for watching. Till next time.